Thank you so much. If we could please have more lights on stage for the Minister's speech. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be calling on the Minister to address you with an official welcome, but before I do that, I'd like to read a short bio. Dr. Nzimande currently serves as the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology, and the General Secretary of the South African Communist Party. He has a long history of activism and commitment to the democratic project in South Africa. Dr. Nzimande formerly served in the following portfolios: the Minister of Higher Education and Training before being deployed to the Ministry of Transport, Chairperson of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Education, Deputy Chair of the Central Committee of the SACP, and as Chairperson of the Financial Sector Campaign Coalition. He has also worked in various non-governmental organizations as well as in the private sector. Dr. Nzimande holds a doctorate in philosophy, specializing in sociology from the former University of Natal. He has published in various journals on school violence and co-authored a few books. He is a loving father and husband, a committed activist grounded in the traditions and aspirations of the SACP, the ANC, and the entire mass democratic movement. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call on the Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Dr. Blade Nzimande, to come to stage to welcome the guests. Let's give him a warm round of applause.
I hope you are not giving me the wrong speech, Ishmael. Bulichi, thanks for our program director, thanks for your wonderful introduction. Except you left one important part of my CV, that I'm a grandfather, and if my grandchildren were here, they would be toying around. Thank you very much, though, for your wonderful... Let me start by greeting our Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology, Mr. Bhuti Manamela, and all the other colleagues, MECs, Deputy Ministers that I haven't seen. You will pardon me, but I also wish to recognize you as recognized. Our guest speaker, Professor Charlene Africa, the Director General of the Department of Science and Innovation, Dr. Mjwara, and your senior managers, ambassadors and high commissioners, representative of our award sponsors, representative of our product sponsor, all honored and special guests present, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen and comrades. Welcome to the 2019 South African Women in Science Awards, or SAWISA. What a great evening. And I hope it will continue being great. Not in the sense of making America great again. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to welcome you tonight. As a Department of Science and Innovation, our core values of excellence, innovation, collaboration, and accountability are the foundation of our commitment that have sustained us since 2003 in hosting these awards. This is the 16th year now. And they have grown in stature as a flagship initiative of our department. These awards reward and celebrate excellence among women in science and research and profile our celebrated women in science and innovation as role models for younger women and girls. I'm deeply grateful that we are hosting these awards in August, a month in which as a country we pay tribute to the more than 20,000 women who marched to the union buildings on the 9th of August 1956 in protest against the extension of past laws to women. This year we host these awards under the theme, Making the Fourth Industrial Revolution Work for Women. D. Jim Jwaga, as a historical materialist, I want to complete this and say, making women work for the fourth industrial revolution. It's a two-way process. As we may know, the first industrial revolution changed the life and the economy of the world from an agricultural and craft economy into an industry-driven and machine-building economy. Oil and electricity have facilitated mass production in the second industrial revolution. In the third industrial revolution, information technology was used to automate production. Although every industrial revolution is a separate fact, we can better understand them if we consider them as a series of historical facts based on innovations that lead to advanced forms of production. We are at the beginning of a technological revolution that will fundamentally change the way we live and work. The fourth industrial revolution describes a world where people move between a real and digital environment. We therefore should acquaint and manage it for our benefit. These changes will bring changes in power, knowledge, and shifts in wealth. Only if we know the changes of this new era and the speed at which these changes will be made, can everyone benefit from them. These developments surely have a strong impact on the citizens as a whole, but mostly on women, who represent 51% of our population. However, we must not simply, this is very important, see ourselves as passive victims or consumers or recipients of an impending industrial revolution, but we must also seek to be its leading drivers and innovators ourselves. Two things make me to say this with confidence. Firstly, it is not the technology that invents humans, but it is humans that invent technology. Secondly, the reason why I'm saying this is that South Africa has a huge potential to be even better innovators given our relatively high rankings and achievements in this regard. According to statistics recently cited by Professor Michael Kahn, over the past 2 decades, scientific publications in our country rose from 0.44% to 0.88%. And I am sure with this increase, women researchers and writers contributed significantly to this. According to the 2019 Global Innovation Index, South Africa, 2019 Global Innovation Index, South Africa is ranked at number 63. Though we are down from number 54 in 2012, but we are still amongst the top performing middle-income countries. Of course, we still have the challenge of raising our investment into research and development as a percentage of GDP almost by double between now, which is at 0.8%, to 1.5% by 2030. That's what our National Development Plan asks us to do. We also have a challenge to ensure that new technological inventions do not continue to reproduce global inequalities. I must say I'm worried there isn't enough emphasis on this aspect of this fourth industrial revolution. And I want to make this point that although the 3 preceding revolutions had the potential to banish hunger from the globe and raise the standard of living of humanity as a whole, especially the poor, these revolutions, if we are to be honest, have in many instances exacerbated social inequalities. This then serves to underline the point that technological innovations are actually social and human inventions. And for this reason, they must be accompanied by intensification of struggles to fight against poverty, unemployment, and inequality, as well as affirming the importance of humanities and social sciences, as our program director, Buliji, was saying. Similarly, we are not going to affirm the role of women in development or in the fourth industrial revolution unless we simultaneously intensify the mobilization of society against patriarchy, gender inequality, and gender-based violence, amongst others. I feel strongly about this. We cannot affirm brutalized women. This is the reason that as a department and government, we are investing in training and lifelong learning for women. In dealing with women empowerment as a department, we aspire to transform our higher education, science, and innovation sectors to be of high quality, demographically representative, in order to provide students and staff with good opportunities for better access and success. We further acknowledge the fact that flexibility in work, particularly that which is brought by the 4IR, should be accompanied by the growing need for education, training, and development of new skills and competencies to meet the challenges of the new world of work. That's why my predecessor, Minister Pandor, appointed a ministerial task team to look at the implications of the fourth industrial revolution for what we teach in our colleges and universities. I always make this example. Now I'm going to disclose my age. You can't be teaching motor mechanics students in a TVET college how to fix the car, the Valiant, in this day and age, or the Bedford, because those cars are no longer there. It's very important. Our Deputy Minister, Phuthumani Nyameela, is completely lost now on what I'm talking about. I therefore encourage you as women to choose careers in science, technology, engineering, maths, which are most in demand. However, the number of women studying and or working shows that women are still underrepresented in these areas. The reason is that women are often discouraged from studying STEM occupations because they feel that men are more likely to be in these areas. That's what we want to break. In order to reduce the gender gap, we must first change our mentality and reduce the stereotypes that are passed on from generation to generation. And we must do this at all times. It's a task that we have because our society still carry a lot of stereotypes about women. Encouraging girls, for instance, to pursue the field of science, technology, technical sciences, and mathematics is important. Today, I want to encourage all of you as women to use technology and to set up your own businesses and to create financial opportunities in time with the opportunities presented by the fourth industrial revolution. In terms of our support, I have to say this. For established researchers, as a department, we provided research grants to 4,707 researchers through the Department of Science and Technology, which is now our old department, DG. We are now DSI. And the National Research Foundation, Dr. Q. Through those programs, 4,707, 35% of the overall total was allocated to black researchers and 38% to women researchers. Now, I've got Ishmael, my speechwriter. Ishmael, in future, please don't write these figures in numbers. If there is one African disadvantage, is to read numbers. Just write it in words. Well, it's not only numbers that we mess up sometimes. I think the reason why the president removed me from transport is because earlier this year I said we've developed a machine that must test blood in the alcohol. Now, Minister of Mineral and Energy always laughs at me. But I then said to him, but you stood in front of Parliament and said your department is going to be releasing 100 billion rands. So what is the difference? So Ishmael, please be careful on how you do this. That's the reality of being an African. There are branches and professions that, ladies and gentlemen and comrades, that have a greater female involvement, such as psychology, medicine, and nursing. These professions will remain more competitive. We are not then therefore saying women must leave them. They still are playing an important role there. Let us also not forget that women today control about 80% of consumer markets. However, the fourth industrial revolution could work in favor of women who can even work from the comfort of their homes. I urge you today to remain resilient, like those 1956 heroes or heroines who ensured that they fight and conquer an oppressive regime. I'm really honored and pleased to welcome you here tonight and to thank you for accepting our invitation to share this moment of joy with us. NgesiXhosa kuthiwa ningadinwa nangomso, nenze kanjalo nakwabanye ukuthi uma benomsebenzi omuhle nibahambele. Sengifake nesizulu. Bulichi. Tonight we acknowledge and reward you, our research celebrities, for your performance. I believe I would not be too presumptive to think that these research stars we are going to be honoring tonight, most of them have humble beginnings. Humble in their societal ranking, in their upbringing and conduct. But they are a lesson to us. Coming from a humble background does not mean poor in spirit or lack of ideas, provided we create the right environment. That's why we normally say, don't judge a book by its cover. Equally, every participant aspires to be at the top of a class. We want to thank the panel of judges as well for the good work that they have done. Without you as the judges, we won't be having these stars. And of course, you wouldn't be there as judges without these stars that we have judged. You see, DJ, I'm continuing with my dialectics. With confidence, I can say that all our participants can stand up to any other research in the world. As they say, give them a run for their money. I really look forward to working with you in your promising future. Let's enjoy the event tonight and let us congratulate our top performers. I must end up, Buliji, by saying, you know, today I happen to wear a perfume today, which I was given by Minister Pando in the same awards some 3-4 years ago. Somehow, because I've been moving, you know, partly also as a result of cabinet reshuffles at 12 midnight, I couldn't find it, and I discovered it. I just said, let me wear it today. It strikes me, by the way, I am actually coming to this. It's a good perfume. I hope those who are sitting next to me will also appreciate that. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much.
The ladies will take a group photo and we'll move on to the next category. Congratulations. We now move on to the Tata Doctoral Scholarships. The 3 finalists in this category, in alphabetical order of their surnames, are Ms. Julia Lynn Healy, University of Cape Town. Ms. Nomonde Sharon Malanda, Instituto de Impresa, who is represented by Ms. Khomotso Ingrid Mahutsiwa. and Ms. Katekani Shingange, University of the Free State.
Ms. Julia Lynn Healy obtained a BSc degree in Astrophysics and Physics, a BSc Honours in Physics, and an MSc degree in Astronomy from the University of Cape Town. Ms. Healy is currently enrolled for a double-degree doctorate in Astronomy at UCT and the University of Groningen. Ms. Healy is investigating the neutral hydrogen gas content of galaxies and galaxy clusters in order to understand the processes driving galaxy evolution in different environments. Ms. Healy's research project can be viewed as an important pilot project for the investigations that need to be done as part of an upcoming large survey using the new MeerKAT radioscope. Ms. Nomonde Sharon Malanda obtained a master's degree in cybersecurity, specializing in industrial cybersecurity and critical infrastructure from the Instituto de Empresa University, Madrid, Spain. Ms. Malanda is currently pursuing her PhD in quantum communication, focusing on the protection of information channels. Ms. Malanda's research aims at identifying robust strategic controls to help mitigate and respond to cyber attack incidents in order to minimize operational interference in both government, businesses, and the corporate sector. The research aims at preventing data breaches and adhere to data protection compliances and regulations. Ms. Katekani Shingange obtained her BSc and BSc Honours from the University of Limpopo. Ms. Shingange then obtained an MSc degree specializing in physics cum laude from the University of Free State. She's currently enrolled for a PhD in physics at UFS with a research focus on material sciences and nanotechnology. In her current research, Ms. Shingange is investigating the relationship between fabrication, microstructure, chemical properties, and gas sensing performance towards different gases and nanostructured lanthanum-based peroxide oxides. Ms. Shingange hopes that her research will help address the food poisoning and contamination-related illnesses due to food spoilage.
And the winners of the Tata Doctoral Scholarships are Ms. Julia Lynn Healy, University of Cape Town. Ms. Nomonde Sharon Malanda, Instituto de Empresa, represented today by Ms. Khumotso Ingrid Mohotsiwa. And Ms. Katekani Shingange, University of the Free State. The finalists will now take a photograph. Mixing it up a little. A round of applause and thanks and congratulations to the ladies as well as to Mr. Lynn Brand of Tata Africa and Dr. Botha as they leave the stage. And I will now call on the Director General of the Department of Science and Innovation, Dr. Phil Dwaga, and Ms. Nontsikelelo Sisulu Singapi. Please come on stage to present the next set of awards. The second category of awards, the DST Albertina Sisulu Fellowships, will go to a total of 13 women currently involved in full-time study or research leading to a master's or a doctoral degree. One award will be made specifically in the area of indigenous knowledge systems. The DST Albertina Sisulu Fellowships recognize outstanding ability and potential in research with the aim of enhancing women's research experience and outputs and encouraging more young women to complete research degrees and enter careers in research. The fellowships are awarded to students who already hold scholarships from the National Research Foundation or other organizations and are meant to provide additional funds to enhance the students' academic program by supporting activities such as conference attendance and the acquisition of specialized research skills or materials. This year, the values of the DST, Albertina Sisulu Fellowships, have also been revised upwards. The Masters Awards are now worth 60,000 Rand, up from 50,000, and the Doctoral Awards are now worth 70,000 Rand, up from 60,000. Starting with the DST Albertina Sisulu Masters Fellowships, the 6 finalists in this category in alphabetical order are Ms. Tabisa Diniso, Walter Sisulu University. Ms. Tankiso Hortensia Musu, University of KwaZulu-Natal. Ms. Nompumelelo Prudence Mtsweni Tshwane University. Ms. Nobubele Phuza, Nelson Mandela University. Ms. Tembeka Gloria Stinane, Nelson Mandela University. I'm trying very hard not to cheer for my alma mater loudest. And Ms. Simone Ashley Smith, University of the Witwatersrand.
Ms. Tabisa Diniso obtained a B.Tech in Analytical Chemistry with a cum laude from the Walter Sisulu University. She's currently enrolled for an MSc in Natural Product Chemistry at the same institution with a focus on medicinal plants used by traditional healers for treating memory loss. Ms. Diniso is currently investigating the ethnomedicinal claim of Dalberg-Riella Vilvitsky used by traditional practitioners for the treatment of old age disease. Ms. Diniso hopes that her research will help bridge the gap between traditional medicine and Western medicine by giving scientific proof to the use of Dalberg-Riella Vilvitsky and help create a livelihood for her community through growth and packaging of this useful medicinal plant. Ms. Tankiso Moso obtained a National Diploma and a B.Tech degree in Electrical Engineering from the Durban University of Technology. She was further awarded a BSc Honours degree in Physics from the University of KwaZulu-Natal and is currently enrolled at the same institution for an MSc in Applied Mathematics with a focus on instrumentational astrophysics. Moso hopes that her achievements and line of work will reach out to everyone, especially females, high school learners and tertiary students, to serve as an inspiration for them to be courageous enough to choose engineering and science fields of study. Ms. Nompumelelo Prudence Mtsweni obtained a National Diploma and a B.Tech degree in Biotechnology from the Tshwane University of Technology. She is currently enrolled for an M.Tech degree at the same institution with a focus on post-harvest disease on subtropical fruits. Mtsweni's current research is looking at the characterization and pathogenicity of the fungi Collectotrichum on papaya fruits in South Africa. The research aims at developing early detection methods of the pathogen on the fruits for better management strategies and prevention of the spread of disease. She is involved in community work in Mamelodi with programs aimed at restoring hope and helping young people fight against drugs, alcohol, and teenage pregnancy. Ms. Nobubele Phuza holds a BSc in Chemistry and Geology from Rhodes University and a BA Honours in Sociology from Nelson Mandela University. She is currently enrolled for an MA Sociology at NMU with a focus on gender socialization. Phuza is investigating the meaning of emphasized femininity and the expected attributes thereof for sportswomen. The research focuses on netball, which has reflected and reinforced appropriate ideas of female physicality and culturally valued femininity. Ms. Phuza remains an activist within the higher education sector. She has continued to advocate for the advancement of gender equality and anti-gender-based violence in the NMU community. Ms. Tembeka Stinane obtained a BA and a BA Honours in Psychology from NMU. Ms. Stinane is currently pursuing an MA degree via dissertation at the same university with a research entitled Psychologists' Perceptions of Cultural Competence in Working with Clients from Diverse Cultures and Psychotherapy within the Nelson Mandela Bay Area. Ms. Stinane's study is premised on the notion that culture is integral to the lived experiences of individuals and influences behavior. In addition to writing up her thesis, she is preparing a journal article that she hopes to submit to a DHET accredited journal. Ms. Simone Ashley Smith obtained a BSc in Biological Sciences in 2016 from the University of the Witwatersrand and is currently pursuing an MSc with a focus on molecular medicine and hematology from the same institution. Ms. Smith's current study focuses on isolating and characterizing the monoclonal antibodies isolated from rabbits immunized with the HIV-1 immune complex. The study will enable her to determine the sites targeted by the antibodies on the virus and determine the type of antibodies that are generated with their immunogen. She hopes to impact and motivate young women from all over South Africa and from all backgrounds to complete their studies and reach their goals, and more especially within the fields of science.
And the winners of the DST Albertina Sisulu Masters Fellowships are Ms. Tabisa Diniso, Walter Sisulu University. Ms. Tangiso Hortensia Musu, University of KwaZulu-Natal. Ms. Nompumelelo Prudence Mtsweni, Tshwane University of Technology. Ms. Nobubele Puza, Nelson Mandela University. Ms. Tembega Gloria Stinane, Nelson Mandela University. And Ms. Simone Ashley Smith, University of the Witwatersrand. Please come closer for your group shot, ladies. Thank you and congratulations. And special thanks to our VIPs, Ms. Sisulu Singapi and Dr. Mjwacha, who are going to be remaining on stage for the next category. We're moving on to the DST Albertina Sisulu Doctoral Fellowships. And the 7 finalists in this category in alphabetical order are Ms. Bianca Daphne Fibrich, University of Pretoria. Ms. Zinhle Mncube, University of Johannesburg. Ms. Nogwazi Purity Mputi, University of the Witwatersrand. Ms. Sigelelwa Nozipho Ndiweni, University of South Africa. Ms. Lindokuhle Cindy Nene, Rhodes University, and she's currently overseas and hopefully represented tonight by Ms. Gail Quibus. A round of applause. And Ms. Annika Lincoln Skuman, Northwest University. And we welcome as well Ms. Annelika Blom van Staden, University of Pretoria.
Ms. Bianca Daphne Fibrich obtained her BSc in Microbiology, BSc Honours and MSc degrees from University of Pretoria. She completed her MSc in Medicinal Plant Science cum laude and with honorary academic colours. Her current research focuses on the use of medicinal plants to fight the signs of aging and the implementation of modern techniques to increase the sustainability of medicinal plants and cosmeceuticals. She hopes that this will encourage women to pursue careers in science and that her research will highlight the importance of medicinal plants. Ms. Zinhle Mncube obtained a BA in journalism, a BA honours in philosophy and an MA in philosophy, both in cum laude from the University of Johannesburg. Ms. Mncube is currently enrolled for a PhD in history and philosophy of science at the University of Cambridge with a focus on philosophy of medicine. She is a lecturer in the Department of Philosophy at UJ and a founding member of the African Centre of Epistemology and Philosophy of Science at UJ. In her current research, Ms. Mncube is investigating the nature, limits and prospects of personalized medicine. Ms. Mncube has published papers on the biological basis of race, a casual construal of hereditary estimates and scientific racism. Ms. Nokwazi Mputhi obtained a BSc cum laude and an MSc in land surveying from the University of KwaZulu-Natal. Ms. Mputhi's research is about the use of versatile beam-shaping devices such as spatial light modulators and digital micromirror devices in conjunction with modern technical computing software. This symbiosis of electronics, computer science and optics is key towards realization of the fourth industrial revolution, where static diffractive optical elements can no longer be in use. Ms. Mputhi has presented at national conferences such as the 62nd and 63rd SAIP and the International Optic Network Society of Students conferences. Ms. Sigelelwa Nosipho Ndiweni obtained a BTech in Chemical Engineering with 5 distinctions, including the Engineering Research Project from the University of Johannesburg. Ms. Ndiweni went on to complete her Master's degree in Chemical Engineering from the University of South Africa. Ms. Ndiweni's current research focuses on developing a novel online monitoring tool that will assist water treatment plants to produce high-quality drinking water while operating in a more economically and environmentally friendly way. Ms. Ndiweni hopes that her research will help ensure people have access to safe drinking water. This research will also equip her with the knowledge to contribute significantly in a male-dominated field and inspire young girls to consider careers in science, engineering, and technology. Ms. Lindobuhle Cindy Nene obtained a BSc with triple majors in chemistry, microbiology, and biochemistry with distinction, a BSc honours in biochemistry, and an MSc in chemistry with distinction from Rhodes University. Ms. Nene is currently enrolled for a DPhil in chemistry at the same institution with a focus on nanotechnology and medicinal chemistry and cancer treatment research. Ms. Nene's current research investigates the psychochemical properties of organic dyes implicated in their potential to treat cancer when exposed to ultrasound and light. Ms. Nene hopes that her research will help develop an efficient, non-invasive, efficacious cancer therapeutic methodology. Ms. Annika Skuman obtained her BSc in entomology and a subsequent BSc honours in entomology, both in cum laude from the University of Pretoria. In 2017, she enrolled for an MSc in Environmental Sciences at the Northwest University, and her master's project was, in May 2019, upgraded to a PhD in recognition of its potential impact. In her current research, Ms. Skuman is investigating the invasion potential of the globally distributed frog Xenopus laevis through the lens of its parasites. Ms. Annelieke Blom van Staden obtained her BSc degree in chemistry and biochemistry and an MSc degree cum laude in medical plant science from the University of Pretoria. Ms. van Staden is currently enrolled for a PhD in natural medicine at the same institution with a focus on natural treatment for hypoglycemia disorders. The focus of her doctoral studies is the effect of rooibos on hyperpigmented disorders. With computer modeling, Ms. van Staden can simulate the binding between the compounds present in her plant with the enzymes responsible for the pigmentation in our body, thereby linking the biological world with the digital world.
The winners of the DST Albertina Sisulu Doctoral Fellowships are Ms. Bianca Daphne Fibrich, University of Pretoria. Ms. Zinhle Mncube, University of Johannesburg. Ms. Nokwazi Purity Mputhi, University of the Witwatersrand. Ms. Sigelelwa Nozipho Ndiweni, University of South Africa. Ms. Lindokuhle Sindinene, Rhodes University, represented by Ms. Gail Kovas. Ms. Annika Lincoln Skuman, Northwest University. And Ms. Anelika Blom van Staden, University of Pretoria. Ooh, careful. Ladies, please gather for your group photo. And thank you to our VIPs, Ms. Nontsikelelo Sisulu Singapi and Dr. Phil Mjwara. You may both leave the stage. Thank you. The third awards category this evening is for Distinguished Young Women Scientists. These awards go to women scientists or researchers under the age of 40 for their outstanding contribution to advancing science and building the knowledge base in their respective disciplines. Awards are made in 3 areas: research and innovation for outstanding translation and application of research results. And this award is sponsored by the National Intellectual Property Management Office, that's NIPMO, the Humanities and Social Sciences, and the Natural, which is Physical and Life, and Engineering Sciences. The winners receive a personal prize of 70,000 Rand, and the first runners-up receive 50,000 Rand, and the second runners-up receive 30,000 Rand. And I'd like to invite our Deputy Minister of Social Development, Ms. Bachupane Zulu, if you could please come forward, and the Deputy Minister of Small Business Development, Ms. Rosemary Noguzola Gapa, please come onto stage to assist us in handing over these awards. While our VIPs take the stage, I'd like to announce the first set of ladies so they can come forward. First set of awards for Distinguished Young Women Scientists will be made in research and innovation, and only the winner gets recognized in this NIPMO-sponsored category. The Distinguished Young Women Scientists research and innovation goes to Dr. Sibongiseni Thomasia Tunzelane Totsijane, University of Cape Town.
I'm Dr. Sibongiseni Tunzelane Totsijane. My research focus area is socio-economic impact of 4IR for marginalized communities. The research articles that are peer-reviewed that I write and the books that I co-edit adds a value to academics. I'm extremely grateful and humbled being nominated at the prestigious 2019 Sawisa Awards coming from rural Makanda. It's a dream.
Let's give her a round of applause. Please come forward. Now, the two, will she be able to carry? I think she might need assistance. Could we just help her with the, she's, okay. that's a good idea. There we go. Congratulations. And we'll be moving on now to the second set of awards for distinguished young women scientists. But first, let's give our winner a round of applause as she leaves the stage. Distinguished young women scientists in the humanities and social sciences. Two finalists in the set are Professor Varushia Chetty, University of KwaZulu-Natal, and Professor Martinette Krier, University of the Northwest.
I'm Varushia Chetty. I'm a professor at the University of KwaZulu-Natal, the academic leader of teaching and learning for the School of Health Sciences. My work is exciting because I get to work with people living with HIV, children living with HIV. I listen to the voices of people I'm working with, and I'm able to come back and say, here's a solution to some of the challenges that you experience. So I'm excited because of the attention that it's going to give my area, which I felt was marginalized or was left out.
I'm Professor Martinette Krier. I am a full professor and researcher in tourism management at the Northwest University. I focus mainly on festivals and events. I have researched festivals and events in all 9 provinces in South Africa, addressing the geographic dispersion of festivals and events. I think it's a great achievement for women in research especially, and I am extremely honored and proud of the achievement.
And the first runner-up is Professor Varushia Chetty, University of KwaZulu-Natal. And the winner is Professor Martinette Krier, Northwest University. Thank you, ladies. Please come close for the group shot. Thank you, and congratulations. As we move on to the second and final set of awards for distinguished young women scientists, and they will be made in the natural, which is physical and life, and engineering sciences. The 3 finalists in this category in alphabetical order are Professor Joanne Silia, University of the Northwest, Dr. Banotile Charity Events Makubela, University of Johannesburg, and Dr. Sheena Kumari Pillay, University of Johannesburg.
I'm Joanne Silje. I'm a lecturer in urban and regional planning. I focus on sustainability, and my research focus on how do we integrate the environment into spatial planning. So it's not about development versus the environment, but developing with the environment. I'm honored and I'm very thankful, but I also know it's not something that you accomplish on your own. It's evidence of good teamwork and people being committed.
My name is Banotile Makubela. I'm from the University of Johannesburg in the Department of Chemical Sciences. Our focus is to design catalysts using transition metals. Particularly, we are focused on using waste materials such as carbon dioxide and biomass to convert that into useful products. Well, it's firstly very humbling, and it's good to know that our work is being recognized.
My name is Sheena. I work as a senior researcher at the Institute for Water and Wastewater Technology, Durban University of Technology. So in view of the current water and energy crisis, my research has also extended to optimizing or developing low-cost technology for wastewater treatment. I'm really excited and feeling honored to be selected as a finalist for the prestigious South African Young Woman in Science Award.
And the second runner-up is Professor Elise Joanne Cilliers, Northwest University. And our first runner-up is Dr. Sheena Kumari Pillay, Durban University of Technology. And the winner is Dr. Banotile Charity Events Makubela, University of Johannesburg. Congratulations, ladies. Please come closer for your group shot. And while you take the photo, just a reminder to continue to tweet and not forgetting that hashtag for the event, SOWISA 2019, and also to follow us on Twitter, DST.gov.za. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to the Deputy Ministers, Kekani and Kapa. Thank you so much. You may leave the stage. Thank you. The Deputy Minister says, great. The fourth award category this evening is for Distinguished Women Scientists. And these awards are made to women scientists or researchers for their outstanding scientific contribution to advancing science and building the knowledge base in their respective disciplines. Distinguished Women Scientists Awards are made in 3 areas: research and innovation for their outstanding translation and application of research results, sponsored by the National Intellectual Property Management Office, humanities and social sciences, and natural, which is physical and life and engineering sciences. The personal prize of 80,000 is made to the winner of each field, with the first and second runner-up in each field receiving 60,000 and 40,000 respectively. There are no restrictions imposed on the use of the funds. I'd like to call on the Deputy Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology, Mr. Buti Manamela, and Prof. Africa to come up onto stage. Prof. Africa, our guest of honor, if you could, and they will assist in the handing out of these awards. Yes, you, Prof. Africa. You are a VIP. Let's give them a round of applause as we hand out our first set of awards. If my VIPs could please find the X and try and stay on it. Come on stage, please. And there are 2 X's right there, especially for you. Can you see the X marks the spot? Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, the first set of awards to distinguished women scientists will be made in research and innovation. Only the winner is recognized in this NIPMO-sponsored category. The Distinguished Woman Scientist, Research and Innovation goes to Professor Tanya Samantha Douglas, University of Cape Town.
My name is Tanya Douglas. I do research in biomedical engineering, which applies the principles of engineering to solving problems in medicine and biology and healthcare. I am very pleased and honored to have been selected as a finalist in the 2019 Women in Science Awards. This is, of course, wonderful recognition for the work of the team, my students and my colleagues and my collaborators.
Let's give her a round of applause. Perfect, and thank you so much, Prof. Africa. You may leave the stage. Thank you for handing out this award for us. Deputy Minister, please remain. We still need you. And I'd like to call on Dr. Malapo Kobela, Chief Executive Officer of the National Research Foundation. And if that is possible. If not, we can find a replacement. Is here? The Enigma. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, sir. And while he's making his way to the stage, is he trying to get out of it? I need to continue. We are pressed for time. The second set of awards for distinguished women scientists will be made in humanities and social scientists, and the three finalists in this category in alphabetical order are Professor Lunik Basekhoza, University of Venda. Professor Catriona Ida McLeod, Rhodes University. And Professor Nia Kitumetse Morojele, that's University of Johannesburg.
My name is Lunik Basekhoza. I'm a professional nurse. I joined University of Venda in the Department of Advanced Nursing Science in 2002. We are dealing with human health and improving the quality of life of our society. I developed so much at Univen. I have graduated 18 masters and 16 PhDs. I feel honored and humbled to be nominated and gratefully appreciate to join the past recipients.
My name is Catriona McLeod. I am Distinguished Professor of Psychology at Rhodes University. This work that we do that looks at sexualities with a critical perspective, particularly using the range of studies that we do in that area. So I think it's really useful, as I say, not only to highlight what women are doing, but actually what in South Africa, the great work that is being done in science in South Africa.
My name is Neo Morojele. I'm a professor in the Department of Psychology at the University of Johannesburg. So I've been involved along with some colleagues in research looking at the links between alcohol consumption and HIV. It's a really, really great honor for me to have been nominated for this award. It gives one a sense of the importance of the work that we're doing. I'm really, really humbled to have been nominated for this award.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the category Distinguished Women Scientists, the second runner-up in Humanities and Social Scientists is Professor Kitumetse Morojele, University of Johannesburg. Please proceed. Congratulations. And the first runner-up is Professor Catriona Ida McLeod, Rhodes University. And our winner, ladies and gentlemen, is Professor Lunik Basekoza, University of Venda. I mean, that's quite a formidable lady, yeah. And where I come from, we say shine. Congratulations, and thank you to Dr. Mulapo Kobela, who you may leave the stage after the group photo. Let's take the group photograph first. Yes, then we can. Oh, okay, got it. Thank you so much, and if I could just request, this team is efficient. I've received 3 of the same messages, so by popular demand, ladies and gentlemen, to assist in handing out our next award, I would like to say a huge thank you to, I'd like to say a huge thank you to Deputy Minister, and I'd like to call on the MEC, if you could please come forward, representing our Premier of the Eastern Cape, please come forward. And I would also like to ask if the Honourable Minister would please join us on stage as well for the handing out of the next awards. You are excused. Thank you so much. Thank you. Nice time. Thank you very much. The third set of awards for distinguished women scientists will be made in the natural, that is physical and life, and engineering sciences. Perfect, the Minister goes straight to the spot. And the 3 finalists in this category in alphabetical order are Professor Leslie Allison Cornish, University of Witwatersrand. Professor Reza Pretorius, Stellenbosch University. Professor Michelle Ramsey, the University of Witwatersrand, who is also on her way from overseas and is represented here by Professor Zane Lombard.
I'm Leslie Cornish. I'm a professor in physical metallurgy at the University of the Witwatersrand. I develop alloys and I also try and improve existing alloys. What's unique about my work is that I bring together a whole load of disciplines and we develop different alloys. I feel honoured about being nominated for this award by my university because it shows that my university appreciates what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do.
I'm Risha Pretorius. I'm a research professor at the University of Stellenbosch in the Department of Physiological Sciences, and I'm also chair of the department. I work with various inflammatory conditions like Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, and diabetes, and we try to search for novel biomarkers for early detection of these conditions. It is absolutely a wonderful nomination, and I think it is a wonderful opportunity to tell young female students to stay in school and to follow a career in science.
My name is Michelle Ramsey, and I'm a professor in human genetics. What particularly excites me about my research is the work that we do throughout Africa, trying to understand why are we seeing more people with obesity, more people with hypertension. We really need to understand whether this is a genetic susceptibility, something that is exacerbated by the changes in lifestyle that people have these days. It's a huge honor to be nominated and to be a finalist in this Women in Science Award.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the category of Distinguished Women Scientists, Natural, Physical and Life, as well as Engineering Sciences, the second runner-up is Professor Leslie Allison Cornish, University of Witwatersrand. The first runner-up is Professor Raisa Pretorius, Stellenbosch University. That's Risia Pretorius. And the winner is Professor Michelle Ramsey, University of Witwatersrand, represented by Prof. Zane Lombard. And the group photo, ladies. In fact, the minister is standing in the right spot. Yeah. Huge congratulations to all our award recipients tonight. And a big thank you to our VIPs who assisted in the handover ceremony. Thank you to the MEC who was a good sport and stepped in on behalf of our Premier, Oscar Mawiane. Thank you, MEC, for Sports, Recreation, Arts and Culture. We appreciate you. And thank you to the Minister. Let's give them a round of applause. And in order for the moment in the evening where you get to mingle with the winners and enjoy dessert and music from the band, in order for that to follow, we need to have our vote of thanks to formally close off the formal proceedings tonight. And I'd like to call upon Prof. Himla Sudyal, who is the Executive Director of the Academy of Science of South Africa, to please come forward to do our vote of thanks. A round of applause, please. Just slightly longer, please. Thank you. There you go, Prof.
Wow, 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 wow. I don't get to stand on the double X. Geneticists, what does the double X stand for? Woman power, X chromosomes, 2 X's. So you see, there was a reason why there were 2 X's to emphasize this evening's proceedings that we are celebrating women. And earlier today I gave a talk somewhere and we said, and what about the males? They have the Y chromosome. Why? Why? Why didn't you do this? Yeah, so you only have 1 X. So anyway, well, ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed an honor for me to have been given this task of doing the vote of thanks. And I must say, it is an incredible occasion where we celebrate science. And not only do we celebrate science, we celebrate the way in which these awesome women who have been presented with accolades of their respective contributions to the sciences have used science, technology, inspirational thinking and innovation in a very multidisciplinary way to show us what this country is capable of doing. So I think we need to applaud that, because going forward, if you think about the way science is structured, these awesome scientists are representing in totality the kind of infrastructure that we have to grow the potential and the cadre of the next generation of scientists. So, on behalf of the Department of Science and Innovation, it is indeed a pleasure for me to acknowledge the various behind-the-scenes activities that took place to make this evening what is obviously a success. But I wish to express our sincere gratitude to the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology, Dr. Blade Nzimande, for being present and being gracious to work with the flow and inspire us even with your inspirational words at the very beginning. And at his side and aid, the able Mr. Manamane, who was very, very happy to present awards, and I'm sure we will see a lot more of that in the future. Our guest speaker, Professor Charlene Africa, not only inspired us with the carefully chosen words that you put together to express to us the potential role that women in the sciences will continue to play in shaping that future using the various tools and technologies that we have. You also inspired us to think in other aspects of where science can actually contribute to that kind of societal cadre of growing and expression of science in other aspects of our lives. I think very often we forget that. We become very closed in doing what we have to do, but forget that in order for science to be of value, it should make a difference. And I think you brought that message very clearly in your presentation, so thank you. The various ministers who are present and MECs, it's such a pleasure to have you around today, because you reinforce the ideology that despite the fact that you have specific roles to play in what you do, you're also supporting science, and you're supporting young people, and not only that, you're supporting the women who drive the sciences around that. Mama Sisulu, we are humbled and honored by your presence, and we also acknowledge the presence of the ambassadors and high commissioners of the SKA and the BRICS partner countries who are present here today. And that also goes for everybody else who took the time to be here, whether you're a VIP, an ordinary scientist, or just somebody like me who doesn't get to stand on the XX. Well, functions of this nature are incomplete without the generosity of sponsors. So I want to also take this opportunity on behalf of the department to thank our sponsors, the Tata Africa and its Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Len Brandt, for your ongoing support and partnership with the department in this regard, as well as L'Oreal for the goodie bags and providing professional makeup artists to style the finalists. You can see they had no hand in grooming me. But anyway, I do have a goodie bag, and hopefully I will make a difference some other time. Also logistics. I mean, from the very beginning that you walked in to now, things work like clockwork. I mean, we even had an introduction about what happens in the event, on the uneventful occurrence of a fire. That's the level of fine-tuning that went into this evening's occasion. And so many people obviously work behind the scenes tirelessly to ensure that an evening of this nature goes smoothly and all the pieces of the puzzle come together. But it would be remiss of us not to acknowledge the Boardwalk Hotel staff for their hospitality and for the very delicious food, even the choices. So if you had dietary requirements like myself, you were graciously given something that you could eat. The band for the music and all the entertainment, and all the people involved in the lighting and sound. I mean, you have to admit, everything's worked very, very nicely. The adjudicators and panel members who worked behind the scenes to come up with the names of winners, and for us to be able to honor those that were shortlisted for these exciting awards. Ladies and gentlemen, as I've said before, in an event like this, there's a lot of planning and a lot of people who work, and we want to express our gratitude to one and all from the department for doing that. And of course, under the leadership of none other than our own Dr. Phil Majwaka. Thank you very much for all of that. So we know that the process to get to this particular point is based on nominations. And we want to acknowledge the different institutions and the people who have taken the time to make nominations and to allow the process to happen. And these include the deans and directors of research and staff of research offices who also work tirelessly every year to collate nominations and applications. Without your hard work, it would not be able for us to showcase such excellence by our female scientists in the sector. We want to congratulate all the winners. I mean, not only are you smart, you also look so glamorous on stage. As we saw you come through, I mean, I don't think I would even manage one step with a high-heel shoe. So I really, really am in awe of the way in which you carried yourself, because when you can carry yourself in the presence of that way, you can carry the weight of taking science forward. So congratulations to you all. To our guests, to each and every one of you for coming from far and wide. I mean, we've seen finalists from basically all around the country. Thank you for coming, and thank you for making the effort to be here, and for your applause throughout the entire proceedings. And so before I conclude, I also want to express my gratitude, and let's give our program director, Buli Ji, a big hand. She had the hard work to keep us in track, to move it along, and also to pronounce all those names, which you did remarkably well, so congratulations. And so, colleagues, friends, dignitaries, thank you very, very much. And once again, on behalf of the Minister and the department, we want to thank you very much for being here, and congratulations to the finalists. And for those of you who are driving, I hope you didn't have too much of the free wine. Drive carefully. For those of you taking shuttles, be safe, go well. Good night.
These are actually for you. Whoa, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Prof, and happy Women's Month. Ladies and gentlemen, just some parting words.